3 freezes in 7 years did irreparable damage to the citrus groves here in this part of Orlando. And so the landowner back in 1980s was like, listen, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna put on my developer hat. And from an idea known as new urbanism, he formed this concept that essentially states this growing town is gonna have villages. Each village is gonna have its own unique flair to it with its own neighborhoods and own schools within the neighborhoods and its own amenities, but it will all kind of come together around a town center. And that has now come to life into what we now know to be Horizon West. And so in today's video, I'm gonna take you on a tour. Consider this a full guide, village by village, so that you can really narrow down which area within Horizon West is best for you and or your family. Let's chat. So right now we're in the first village of the day, which is going to be Bridgewater. This is the northernmost village in Horizon West. It's the second ever established village in Horizon West, dating back to 1999. This area has had time to mature, and so what you see a lot of is mature trees, tree-lined streets. It has this sort of historic kind of old town charm to it, but still upkeeping with the times of today. This village isn't necessarily retail heavy. There's not a ton of big shopping centers in here, but you do have really well done spots. And so you got the Loop Cafe right behind me. There's a couple other spots deep within the neighborhoods that have like your Foxtail coffee, your Kelly's homemade ice cream, and some of the everyday essentials that you'll need to kind of take you through day to day. And so I think that is really nice. And if you're not looking to get burdened by shopping extremities, this is probably going to be a really good spot for you. So let's kind of dive into the schools. So schools really do play a big part in why families choose to move to the Horizon West area. And so if you're living in the Bridgewater village, your kids are probably going to be zoned for Windermere High School, Bridgewater Middle School, and Independence, Summer Lake, or Keens Crossing Elementary School, which are all well rated. And what I really love about Horizon West is this whole concept of having the schools woven within the community. So for example, Summer Lake Elementary is in Summer Lake, Independence Elementary is in the community of Independence. Both communities, by the way, great, tons of amenities. I'm probably in those communities the most when it comes to Bridgewater Village. It is the most notable and kind of popular communities. And so let's kind of dive into the real estate and what prices look like here and who do I think Bridgewater is best suited for. All right, so the real estate landscape in Bridgewater is going to be predominantly single family homes, even though you do have a decent amount of townhomes. And so in terms of prices, you're looking at the mid 4s to high 4s for townhomes, and then you're looking at low to mid 5s to start in the single family section. And usually most of the listings are between that $600,000 to $700,000 range. If you're looking at the age of homes, this is not where you're going to find new construction. So you're going to be looking at anywhere from the mid 2000s all the way up to the mid teens, with the average age around here being like 2013 to 2014. And so if you're looking for a little bit of an older home, maybe something with a little bit more charm, a little bit more room to update, grow, make it your own, this might be a really good spot for you. But if you're at a higher price point, well, I didn't really touch on this earlier, but it sort of implies it in the name, Bridgewater. So if you're looking for the lake life, it's probably going to be one of the best places, if not the best village to find it. And so you're really looking at the mid to high 1s for something right off the lake. And it's either going to probably be off Lake Spear or Lake Hancock, which most of the homes sort of border. And so you can get anywhere again from mid to high 1s all the way up to over $5 million, over 9,000 square feet, indoor basketball courts. Really, trophy estates are here to be found in Bridgewater. And so whether you're looking for maybe something in the 5s, maybe something a bit more economical in the mid 4s like a townhome, or you're really looking for community centric, a community that actually feels like a community and has events and amenities and has really established schools, I think Bridgewater is probably going to be your best pick. All right, so right now we're in Lakeside, which was actually the first established village in Horizon West, dating all the way back to 1997. And so before there was the bustling town center with all the new shops and excitement and some of the little pocket shops and restaurants in the Bridgewater village, there was the shopping centers that were here in Lakeside. And so this is probably, as you could expect, the most developed village in Horizon West. And so you think of more retail options, all that kind of stuff is already built in. And so this is already more so of a cohesive community. You still have that same charm that you get in Bridgewater. So you got the mature tree, the tree-lined streets, which I like. I prefer the tree-lined streets over the brick-lined streets. Comment down below, which do you prefer? This is also the unofficial Windermere portion of Horizon West. So a lot of people who live here just say they live in Windermere, Florida, because that is exactly what their address is going to say. Horizon West is still unincorporated, and so you're either going to fall within the Winter Garden 34787 or the Windermere 34786, which is the case for Lakeside. And so you're thinking about a lot of communities, funny enough, are actually named after Windermere. So you got Lakes of Windermere, Windermere Isle, Windermere Sound, Windermere Landing. And so if you want the prestige of saying you live in Windermere, this might be a really good spot. So let's kind of dive into the schools. And so if you're living in Lakeside, your kids are probably going to be attending Castleview, Bay Lake, or Sunset Elementary, Horizon West Middle School, and Windermere High School, which again, just like every other part of Horizon West, are well rated. And so let's kind of dive into the real estate and what you can expect and who do I think this area is really good for. So I'm going to dub Lakeside to be the most affordable village in Horizon West. I'm going to tell you why. If you're looking for a condominium or townhome, you can really start in the mid to high threes, which is absolutely amazing. Not something that you can find in the other villages in Horizon West. And the townhomes really continue into that low fours to low fives, and then you start looking at mid fives onward for that single family home. And so you're able to get a lot more square footage for your house in Lakeside because it's older, and so it really runs at a lower price per square foot if you compare it to the other villages. It's also a really great spot if you're looking for that view of Disney fireworks. It's actually backing up just kind of due west of Disney, and so this is actually a really good spot if you're looking for that Disney fireworks life. You're not really going to be finding a lot of homes at that higher price point, but there are some gems if you can find them, and you will be paying less here again than you would be paying in some of the other villages. So I think it's really great for the people who are looking to save, looking to get something a bit more affordable, or you're just looking for a bit more square footage for your money while not compromising location, being close to Windermere, the Dr. Phillips area, and ultimately being within Horizon West. All right, so right now we're in the Seidel area, Village F, and this was established back in 2006. This is really sort of where you start to step into the newness of Horizon West, and this is actually one of the easiest villages to get in and out of. The main roadway here is Seidel Road, which really just kind of runs through the entire village, which is really nice. It drops you out to the 429, and so if you want to pop onto the expressway, zip right back into Orlando, this is great. And so if you're looking for ease of access, just kind of convenience overall, I think this is actually a really good village to look at. It's also really good for proximity to Disney, and so Horizon West in general is always kind of the area that you go to if you're looking to be close to Disney and not be in a short-term rental zoned area. And so from Seidel, you're really looking about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 15 to 20 minutes on a heavy traffic day to Disney, which is absolutely fantastic and amazing if you're a Disney fan. And so let's kind of dive into the schools. And so Horizon West, again, you're really stepping into newness, and that really transfers over to the school system as well. And so you have the recently completed Horizon High School, Water Springs Middle School, and then the most recently completed literally this month, August 2022, which is Panther Lake Elementary. And so it's really cool to kind of see all these schools kind of get built up, new teachers come in, and sort of to accommodate really all the families that are excited to move to this area. And so let's kind of dive into what does the real estate landscape look like in Seidel. And so in keeping with the theme of newer, this is really what the real estate landscape looks like here in Seidel. And so a lot of the homes here were built back in the high teens, and so you're talking 2016, 2017 to about 2020. And so I think this is perfect for the family or the person who is really looking for something newer, modern finishes, modern finish outs. You're looking for a modern floor plan, more open space and that kind of thing. Maybe it's something that you not necessarily will find in the 2014, 2013, 2012 floor plans, but you don't want to wait to build. You don't want to wait a year. You're concerned about interest rates. You want to lock in really quickly, and you want to move really quickly if you have a deadline or a time that you need to move in that is not 6 to 12 months. And so I think it's really great for that reason. And one thing I would really note about Seidel is that they have a lot of communities here that are very notable by reputable builders. And so you're talking Lakeshore by Toll Brothers. You have Latham Park by Ashton Woods. You have where we are right now, which is Watermark by Meritage Homes. And so for the most part, you're really buying a solid home here in Watermark, which we are right now. Really beautiful community, as you can see. This is one of their amenities. It's really nice. You get homes in the fives, which is super cool. They have a good number of homes in the Seidel area in the fives. A lot of them kind of transfer now up to the eights, and so it kind of has this big jump. You do have obviously 6 and 7s, but really you're going to see that majority lying in between that 8s to about low 1 millions. And so you can get something like right behind me, if you can kind of see that home there, is going to be in the Lakeshore by Toll Brother community. Those usually sitting on the water or on a pond view, which is really cool. And so if you're looking for newer in literally all aspects of the word, newer homes, newer amenities, newer schools, newer shops and restaurants, Seidel is probably a great place to start. All right, and so right now we're in the village of Hickory Nut, and it only gets newer from here. What I really like about this specific village is that you're a good distance to the Hamlin Town Center. So you're about 10 to maybe 12 minutes away. And so you get all of those restaurants, shopping, from Publix to Walmart to the new Miller's Ale House, and all those kind of cuisines and all that kind of stuff you get in the town center. But you also got some retail stuff to look forward to, taking away from some of the things on Seidel as well. So you got the Mark over there and the Lakeside shops. And then you have what I'm most excited excited about, which is the Flamingo Crossings Plaza. And so that's over like 40 plus restaurants and shops and dining options, all within this area within a 10 to 15 minute reach, which is super nice for Hickory Nut. So it is the village that really benefits from all the developments from the other villages in Horizon West, which is pretty cool, while still maintaining something to look forward to in and of itself in Hickory Nut. And if you can't find the right lakefront property up in Bridgewater, this is gonna be your next best option to do that, but we'll dive into the real estate a little bit later. Let's kind of get into the schools that are gonna be in Hickory Nut. So schools are gonna be Water Springs Elementary, with a new elementary school to open up in 2024. You also got Water Springs Middle School, and then you have Horizon High School. So pretty similar to the Seidel area. Also similar to the Seidel area is the landscape of the real estate market here. And so you're really looking at newer homes, but with the twist of more new. So you have new construction here, unlike Seidel, which they have to come. And so right now we're in the community of Waterley, which is undoubtedly one of, if not the most popular neighborhood in Horizon West, not only for Hickory Nut. And so you can build a townhome right now in the low to mid fours, and you can really go all the way up to over $1 million in the single families. And so there is a diversity of options here, both in Waterley and in the Hickory Nut area. Again, most of these homes are going to be newer, so you're really talking 2016, 2017 onward to be built. And so if you're looking for a mix of new construction or just newer homes, you want to kind of take advantage of all the little different developments going in and around all these different areas and villages in Horizon West, I think Hickory Nut is the best place to do that. When life gives you rain, you go inside and you continue the video. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And we're heading over to, kind of sad to say, but the last village getting built out in Horizon West, which is going to be Village I, also known as Ovation. Ovation is the village furthest south in Horizon West, and so it's really going closer to that 192 area the further south you get. But this is going to be, as you could probably expect, the least developed area in Horizon West so far, although they are starting to ramp up some of the retail options, because the main town center or the main retail spot for this area is going to be Flamingo Crossings. And so you got your Target over there. I know they have the Starbucks because I stop by there quite a bit when I'm in that area, and they have a couple other shops within the plaza coming as well, apart from the litany of restaurants and door-dashable spots that are going to be in the Flamingo Crossings Plaza. And so not to say that you won't have any other options, because keep in mind the retail centers in Seidel and also the Hamlin Town Center is like 10, maybe 15 minutes away. And so it's not like you don't have all the other options if you want to go shop at Publix or Walmart or some of the sit-down restaurants in the town center. Also, if you are like really trying to diamond nickel, I don't know if that's even the right term, but if you're trying to get as close to Disney as possible, this is going to be the village for you. Innovation in communities that are up and running right now, but even more so the ones that aren't even, like, the roads aren't connected yet, you can easily 10 minutes or less to Disney, which is like ridiculous. And so if you're really trying to get as close to Disney as possible, this might be a really cool village. But keep in mind, if you're in Horizon West period, you're going to be within that 5 to 20 minute zone for Disney, which isn't bad at all. And so let's kind of dive into schools, which in this case, again, least developed. And so they do have schools coming to the area, but you're going to be zoned for some of the schools that I did mention before. So you're talking Water Springs Elementary, Water Springs Middle School, and Horizon High. And so real estate wise, like I mentioned, this is going to be the hall ground for new construction. So if you have a stringent deadline that you need to move in by, unless you're moving into certain communities, one being Winding Bay by Rockwell Homes, or you're going at Encore at Ovation by MI Homes. Really love them. Nice builder, nice finish, nice quality home there. Then at the most part, you're going to be at a 6 to 12 month wait time, even more for some of these builders that are building in the Horizon West area. And so if you're looking to be, in most cases, closest to Disney, you don't mind not having all the amenities so far. You do have all the amenities in some of the other villages that you can take part in, and you're really adamant about building new construction. Maybe you just have a longer timeline. You want the most amount of options. This is going to be where you're going to be able to find that. And last but certainly not least is where all the villagers of all the different villages come and congregate as one, and that's going to be the Hamlin Town Center. And as you can imagine, this is where most of your retail options are going to be. So that's everything from Chase Bank to Publix to Walmart to the new Chick-fil-A coming in to Bosphorus Turkish Cuisine to the new Miller's Ale House to the luxury movie theater to the community events that they host there, Horizon Car Fest. Fest coming up soon. You'll probably see me there. And you know, there's some of the other cool stuff that the community puts on, and some of the cool new retail options, which I've gone in detail with in some of my previous videos about Horizon West. So I'll make sure to link that at the end of this video. But this is where you're gonna be having most fun in Horizon West, apart from your little town centers within your own designated villages. You do have some real estate options as well. You got Wincy Girls by Dreamfinders, and you also have Lakeside at Hamlin by Dreamfinders as well. But the biggest one coming up is going to be the community of Silverleaf, and that is a whole video in and of itself. The new schools are coming to that area. And so I'll make a video on that if you want that. But just keep in mind, this is really going to be retail centric, and so if you want to live close to all the retail and all the stuff going on, this is going to be the best one for you. It was really continued unfortunate events that led to this just beautiful suburb that a lot of people love to call home. And so maybe by chance you are one of them that are interested in learning a little bit more about Horizon West, or you made up your mind, you know the village that you want, and you're looking to buy a home here in the Horizon West area. I would love to partner with you and start that conversation as your real estate agent. And so if you want to reach out to me by email, phone call, or text, or Calendly link, all of those are going to be in the description of this video. If you enjoyed this or it was valuable to you, please let me know by hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. Join the family. Follow me over on Instagram at Orlando with Mario. Connect, ask questions. Love to interact with you guys on there. Thank you so much again for watching. Really do hope to see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe.